Think we are good to go. Think we are. Chat test. Cool, that works. All right. We'll give you a bit of a context before we start. So I have this tiny library called Retrosheet, which I created a few years ago, and this is in JVM, and I am trying to convert this to a KMP library. I think I already started doing the conversion, but in middle of this process I realized that this is something that I'm doing new and it looks fun, also a bit of challenging, so I thought I'll just record this. Cool. The first property or the process looks like so I'll just write a scratch document in here. So Retrosheet is a library that uses Moshi for JSON serialization. I'll just say Moshi, and it uses retrofit for networking. And apart from that, what else we are doing, or what else we are using it to work? We are using fast CSV also. So fast CSV is for CSV parsing, and that's it. So the first part is convert or replace Moshi with Kotlin X serialization. Okay, I think we'll add a bit of background music also to the stream. Okay, that feels better. Cool. Yep. So first we need to replace Moshi with Kotlin X serialization and retrofit with KTorfit, if I'm not wrong. That's the library name from Poso. Yep, KTorfit. We'll use KTorfit. And for CSV parsing, this is something that I need to figure out. But I think there will be different libraries for, if not KMP, there will be a separate library for each platform that we can use. So the first part is this Moshi conversion, then retrofit, then CSV. After that, we need to publish library to Maven Central. And if I'm not wrong, this is currently this is probably currently in Jetpack. Yeah, this is in Jetpack. So that we will have to do. This is it. This is our target, not for today, but this will be the project target. So let me also update my to-do list. So this is going to be the first thing, or let's say replace Moshi with Kotlin X serialization, then replace retrofit with KTorfit, then replace fast CSV with Platform specific. Okay, wait a second. Is there a CSV parsing lib KMP? Is there such a library? Yeah, I got a Kotlin CSV, but it lacks native support. Okay, we'll check that. Perhaps asking adding support for it. If it's a pure Kotlin, then it's providing a few lines of Gradle script. There is actually an existing feature request in scenes. Okay, what happened to that request? That's still open. Kotlin native support. Okay. You could try Kotlin serialization CSV. Okay. I have some free time next week, so I'm happy to fix any issues up. This is in 2024. Good. Looks like it's putting in many things, right? Okay, now I think we have Kotlin serialization CSV. CSV and fix the next format for Kotlin serialization. Okay, how do I use this? CSV. What is FLF? What is FLF? Let's keep this. Let's open. What is FLF? Future leaders. FLF file format. License format. What is FLF? Fixed length format files. What is fixed length format files? In fixed length, each field in a record occupies a predefined constant number of characters or bytes. Column 1-8. Okay. Okay. Not for us, I guess. Now serialize and deserialize orders using fixed source code docs. Let's look at the docs and how pretty it is. Maven Central CSV. And is there any getting started guide, or I will have to go for the samples? I think I will have to go for the samples. Configs. Where is the sample? There is no sample. Okay, we have a sample. Usage. If this is our CSV, we can write something like this. Okay, we can use serializable, and then CSV format decode from string names.serializer. Okay, how does it know what is the library is going to create? But the library was not a compile time or build. It's not a code generation lib. Yeah, we'll figure that out. But okay, this is how we use CSV. Yes. Okay, this is encoding. Cool. Chords. Separator. Okay. I think this looks pretty good. Okay, so Kotlin serialization CSV will. This is good. This is the Twitch stream. This shouldn't be here. Okay, for CSV with not platform specific, we can say Kotlin so there is a Kotlin serialization for CSV, and then the last step is to I think we will have one more step before publishing it. Publishing it to Maven Center. Before this, create sample for. Currently, we only have sample for JVM. We will do an iOS sample. We will also do a web sample, and yeah, Yes. So this is what we are currently working now. And I hope my to-do list on the top right corner gets updated. Okay. Should look good. Cool. So that's the plan. We will be working on this now. Let me close my to-do. Let's continue on this. So we have to replace, okay, current task will be replacing Moshi with Kotlin X serialization. Okay, so Moshi comes here, and this will all Moshi, which is case sensitive, should become JSON. Okay, now all Moshi in caps should become JSON. And what's happening here? So this is where we are converting our API error to okay, this adapter we have to create. Oh, well, let's do one thing. Let's rebuild this. I assume that will delete the API error JSON adapter. Oh no, we have to do one thing. We'll do clean. Okay, and if I do a disk reload, I should get an error. Okay, cool. So how do we create an adapter in, or how do we, wait a second, let's do one by one. So we will take the first error. We don't have these classes, which is fine. We don't have this, that's okay. Now I need to create something like an adapter for one of the models, which is called the sheet error. Okay, now how do I create an adapter for this? So let's go check that sheet error. No, what I'm searching, Kotlin X serialization, and we need to create an adapter. An adapter, is there something like an adapter? No. Okay, this is how we do the deserialization. So we don't need an adapter to be precise. We can remove this, or let's do this. Let's do is there a way I can say JSON dot like adapter? No, right? No. Configuration, these all are like, it doesn't have a concept of adapter, if I'm not wrong. Decode from stream, it's all like directly decoding it, which means we don't need these. Which means we don't need that. Okay, I think I'm looking at the stream quality also. Okay. Okay, now since we don't have an adapter, what do? We go in here, we say, what was that? Decode from string, and in decode from string we will give the sheet error model as this. This is not a nullable anymore. I guess we are good there. Similarly, we can do JSON dot decode from string, and this was, what was this? API error, right? Yeah, API error. And I think it's converting to JSON. Wait a second, what was the original one? It's a 2JSON. It's not from JSON. Okay, this is decode from string. Now we need encoding there. Okay, so encodes to string, and this is the model we need to convert to, and this is that thing. Okay, and in here it's not a nullable. Okay, there is one more. Let's see. Okay, wait. And I think first or null errors. I think it's fine. Okay. Here API error JSON adapter. Do we have an adapter already created for this in this context? We do have, but we can't use that. Okay, this is 2JSON. So JSON encode to string. This is encoding, right? Yes. And this was what? API error. And once this is done, we can do this, and that looks good. What is this? Shadowing? No. Should start with, okay. So detailed message, human message. I think we don't have a detailed message or error. That's fine. Cool. Now we will go for, well, let's try to run the sample. We'll get an error, that's for sure. Now show me the areas that are failing. I think this is wrong. We will have more. See, we have more issues. Let's do something. And can I just say JSON, and I can convert this and this, and this is this is converting a list to map. This is going to be tricky. We'll do this. Name says we have, let it be there. We will convert one by one. So what we are doing is we have a map of, we have a list of map of string and any object. So we need to convert this. I'll just blindly do this. So I'm gonna say to or encode to string. This encoding, right? To JSON. Okay, this is encoding, and the model I need to convert is this type, and the data I need to convert is items, and I think that's it. And in here this line will become items to first. We'll do that. Wait a second, we are also, yeah, just to JSON, and the type we need to convert to is this. Okay, and we don't need this. Give me a second. Converting. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that's done. I think we will have more errors. I'm expecting more issues. How can I find more issues? The easy way is to do a search for Moshi. And yes, we have more. We have more of this. Let's fix one by one. So here, okay, interceptor has a. Cool. This we can convert. This is string map adapter. We will comment these adapters for now. Okay, now what we need is I will say JSON in here, and I'll do the pointing to this, and any adapter is more like converting JSON to encode to string, and that's fine. Now string map adapter, what is that? We have a map of string adapter. Okay, that's easy to do, I guess. So this will be encode to string, and this from JSON. Oh, this is decoding, not encoding. Decode from string, and this is how it would work. Okay, now what is next? List adapter. And list adapter, I assume, is list of any. Okay, we'll take this also. And JSON, this is also encoding. So encoding to list of any, and we can do this page data. So from JSON encode. No, this is decode. Why I'm so stupid. And this failed to decode Google. What is the exception is going to throw? If decode input is not a valid JSON of T. This is, I think, will happen, but then we need to provide a better error message. And now, right, how do I do this? Run catching is how we do it, and this is how we do this. No, right? Okay, how do I use run catching? Download documentation, go for it. Is there a, I think there is something as a return type. I think I can play with the return type. Okay, why I'm not able to select this? Wait a second, we'll get to the documentation. Run catching Kotlin. How do I use this? What is for you result in Google? This is new. nothing new. Okay, so we give block, it gives R, it will return R, and we have a result of R. And what is result? The result is something that has a failure and success, and get or null. And there is an exception or null. There is a toString. Okay, so what we will do is we'll do get or null. Get or else. Do we get the throbbling here? We do have. So this will become, and this will become it.message, and this will become error. That is better, right? That sounds better. Now we had a find window I launched. Where is that gone? Okay, command 3 is that. Okay, cool. Now the next stop is JSON validator, and this should be pretty easy. Empty JSON adapter. What is that empty? Okay, we will have to let's see. So we are getting a JSON input. We will try to decode it. Or is there a way you can check if it's valid or not? Is there a way I can check if it's valid or not without encoding it? No, we do not have an option to check that. So the only way is to decode it from JSON. Why am I getting this AI suggestions, disable completions? Okay, so we will decode from string, and this will be empty, and I think this is it. Yeah, yep, this is how we do that. Now command 3, I think we don't have any more Moshi instance. Okay, we do have, but that's in comments. We can remove this. And do we have any Moshi instance? We do have, but that's in the sample. Okay, hey Bharat, how's it going? How's your weekend? This I think I have to move it. Okay, so here I will have to use the JSON serialization, and I have to say good, cool. This is JSON now, and we need a converter factory here, and I think I already have that in my clipboard copied from the migration guide. I knew this would happen. I'll search for factory. Okay, this is my factory, and I think this converter factory I have to get it from somewhere in GitHub. Yes, so what we need is Kotlin serialization adapter for retrofit, and there we go. I think this is deprecated and moved to see here for info. Okay, this is it. This is how we should call it. This is the dependency, and Oh, we have one more action item, and that is okay. This is too heavy. We'll take nano for this, and for this, after this, what we need to do is fix tests, JVM via JVM test. Okay. Now what do we need here? We need the adapter, so that will become a new implementation call, and the version of this will be 2.9.0 because it has to align with this version. We will refactor this, and I think that's another action item. Then refactor version details XML file. Yes. Cool. Now that we have the serialization converter here, we should be able to call as converter factory on that, and let's look at the, wait a second, yeah, so how do we call the as converter factory on a JSON instance? Should do this, and we can call JSON also. And I think we don't have the content type passed in here, so I'll just take this and put it here. And now what I need to do, I need to sync the dependencies. Cool. We will try a different okay. Why am I not getting this? This is JSON, and okay. Once I used Retrosheet on a production app, and the whole team cried all night. I mistakenly closed the Google form, and the app started crashing. Oh, good to hear that. I mean, the first part. Yeah, the privacy of that Google form or Google Sheet may mess up things. And what was this? I wouldn't suggest to use this app in production, or I wouldn't suggest to use the Retrosheet in production. It uses not a very fancy things. It's kind of converting CSV and back to JSON and that to a model, and it's a bit tricky also. It is suitable for, you know, early wireframing, or when you create an app, when you want to create a app that you can control from backend or your side project or something like that. But good to hear that somebody is using this. Cool. Now my first question, why I'm not getting this JSON factory, or I am looking at a stale version of this. No, right? Okay, and let's look at the latest version. 2.9.0 should be available. Latest is 2.11.0. Okay, and I am double checking. It is looking good. Let's run this. we have compilation error, and compiler won't tell us what exactly failed in a very understandable way, maybe. Okay, I have to do one small tiny thing, and that is reducing the audio of the BGM, maybe. Bharat, how's the background music volume level? Is it messing up with my audio, or it's like balanced? If you are there, or if anyone can confirm that, that would be very helpful. It's balanced. Thank you. Okay, now the question remains. UFO, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Why am I getting this error? Why am I getting this error? I have the correct dependency 290. Oh, wait a second. 290 is available in Maven. We didn't check that. Ideally that should be available, but since this is a repository that's moved from a third party to first party, it is better to check the version details. And let's see, do we have, oh, that's the issue. You see that 290 is not available. That's probably why it's not getting compiled. 290 was available previously, but that's probably pointing to a different repo, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Okay, now let's bump our Kotlin version and everything. Why am I doing this? Yeah, let's bump all our 290 to 211.0, and I assume we are only updating retrofit. Cool, and I assume there won't be any breaking change also. We'll see. For now, we'll just try to run this. AI assistants I'm not using now, but I do have the Copilot. Sometime use that when I work with the language that I'm not familiar with, mainly like CPP, or when I do the what do you call this, that microcontroller coding, right? So when I do that, I use that. That's very helpful for me. Okay, now I think we have this converter and everything. Big fan, sir. Thank you. I don't know if I am someone who should have fans, but thanks for admiring the work, I would say. So we have to run this. I think now all the Moshi stuff are done. Okay, there is one more. I think there will be many more because I use Moshi everywhere. And I think to run this, I will have to fix all of this, which is a part of this, which I have to do. There is no way around it. But I think that it should be easier now because it more or less the same code. This is Moshi converter. Now I'll do one thing. We fixed this one, right? Now what we can do is we can create this as a one dependency, which will be JSON adapter or JSON converter. I would call it JSON converter. Do you use any AI assistants at work, and how's your experience with Kotlin and all? Bharat? So JSON converter is here. Now I think we can, what is this error? Redundant creation of JSON format, creation of each usage can be shown. Okay, you are right. Where am I creating this? Okay, where am I? Retrosheet interceptor I'm creating, which I can't use because that's in library and that's in sample. I'll do one thing. I will create something called utils, and I will declare this as a dependency like this, and I will mark this as protected, and I should get away with the error then. Oh, I think I can't have, oh, this should be internal, not protected. And okay, how did that help? Okay, I'm not going to worry about that for now. I'm going in here. This is fixed, and I think the pattern is going to be same for all other files. And given that, okay, this I can remove, and this I think I can just replace JSON converter and that should work. Cool, this is easier. Now let's go. I shouldn't have created this many demos, but that's a mistake I did in 2020, which is a learning for me. Yeah. Hey Shiva, how's it going, man? Where were you? And how's your life going? Okay. I think dead and jobless. You will never go jobless. I know. I don't want to explain the reason in here, but I'm sure you won't go jobless. Are you in Bangalore still? Or you went back home? Okay. What is this? Yes, no sir, I left all jobs in Bangalore. Okay. What's your day looks like these days without a job then? Bharat says I use GitHub Copilot, but primarily for simple tasks where I'm too lazy to write. I don't think there is any reasonable assistance yet for Android development as compared to for web development. True. I also felt the same. It's good for things like JavaScript or web stuff where it's mostly trained on. For Kotlin code or Android code, unless it's an open source lib, I mean the training data will be low. I don't know. Cool. Shivam, how's your day looks like these days? Tell me more about it. You are living my dream life, living without a job. How is it? How do you feel? Plugin not enabled. Okay, that's a good warning. And how do I enable it? I go in here, I say serialization, and that's it. And do I need to add any dependency, which I have already added? Cool. And if I sing, that warning should go away. Okay, let's run the sample now. Okay, we still have issues, and let's go for the keyword search. Okay, go away. Moshi, removing this. We want 0 instance of Moshi. Okay, this is Moshi. Okay, next. I think Okay, I think we can just do replace. Cool. Why I didn't do this before? And we should be good now. No, we still have problems. Working on new compose multi-platform app for travel itinerary and also looking for a good. See, I told you, you won't go jobless. You will have some kind of gig which is good, and I'm happy for you. But you're a guy who never go jobless. I want to say more things, but I can't say that in here. Bro, I was jobless too for 3 months. It's been just 1 week. Now I joined a new company. How was the experience, Bharat? Going 3 months without a job, was that like stressful, or you were like, taking your time to learn new things? And how was that? Yeah, congratulations. Okay, now Moshi is here also. This also I think I will be able to figure out, and I do not want to hard code the JSON dependency in here, but the question is, how are you going to do that then? Okay, this is an either call. Where is the creation of this? I thought Google was restricting dev access to drive files. What are you talking about, Shivam? Okay, find usage. Where is my new instance creation? Where am I creating this? Since I'm cloning this, you're using Google Drive file for this, right? To access ZB. I'm not using Google Drive, I'm using Google Sheet, and I'm not using any SDKs, and Retrosheet doesn't need any API keys or anything. It's just that your sheet has to be public. That's it. Okay, this is, I think, is my what do you say, advertisement time. So this was awesome. Without any worry, I was preparing a new upskilling while spending some quality time with my family. That sounds great. Yeah, so Shivam, you just have to create something like this, and you have to also add your Google Sheet link there, and then you are sorted. Your retrofit base URL will be your Google Sheet public URL. That's it. And this is a full example. You create an interceptor and you specify your base URL in here. That's it. No API keys, nothing. Okay. Now. Okay, now what I need here is I want the JSON to come here as a dependency. Okay, and being this in a adapter of any, and I think the code from string of any. Wait a second, what was this? This was an adapter and from JSON. Yes, and we don't need this, and the code from string any and error JSON. Can you edit the Google Sheet via dev access, or is it's read only? You can insert the data, but you can't edit an existing row. The insertion happens through Google Form. So this system is more like you don't have to have any API keys to read and write to the list. Write in the sense you can't delete. yeah, so the process is like you can have either a read-only sheet and also you can have either a both write and read. And the process is more like you create a Google form, you add whatever field you want, you select your sheet. Now you will have a sheet in here, and this is your write access, this is write area, this is your read area, and you use this Google Sheet link and the Google Form link and Google Sheet link to write and read respectively. Yep, that's how it works. Now this has to get the JSON in here. And why is this okay, I think this should be a third property. Okay, now we are sorted with this in here. Let's fix these things. What we need is a private val JSON instance coming in, and that should do this. Okay, now let's search for Moshi again, and this is only in the readme, and in readme I think I will have to update this, but let me add that as a to-do item in here. Update readme replace Moshi. Okay. Now am I good to run this? No, I still have issues. And if not Moshi, what else is my next compile time error? Hey Rajab, how's it going, man? If not Moshi, what else is my compile time error here? Or I should do one clean first, and then I try to run the sample. What will happen? Again. Let's run with info and see if it can give more info. JDK 7190. Okay, I think it's a Kotlin mismatch. It's that's it. It's 190. Okay, where is this? This is standard library. And what's my standard library version? It's 1925. And what's my Kotlin version? That should also be 1925. Yes. Now the question is, what happens if I remove this? What happens if I remove that? We have errors, but how about the other areas of this? Do I have any other issues after removing that standard library which I did like 4 years ago? Okay, we have one refactor to do. So this will become that. So this will become what? This will become this. What changed was, okay, cool, and that should be good. And we'll do one more thing. We will just we'll organize and clean up the imports also, and clean up code, scope all places. We will do this. Beradiva says, hi, what are your thoughts on Compose and the future of UI dev in Android? Context, I'm an entry-level Android dev. I only know Compose. Luckily got an internship at a startup. Do need to go back and learn XML from scratch to move forward in my career. It depends. I mean, like most of the programming question answers, start with. It depends. I think it's a good to have right now, because most of the new components and all are moving towards Compose. I don't see any new XML library or new view-based library coming in recently. Most of the new developments are happening in Compose. With that said, there is a significant amount of view-based or XML-based apps still in the market, and most of the apps, I mean, I don't know the numbers, but the existing apps, most of them will be in XML, most of them. The reason probably is that the performance issues that, and also the migration pain, probably, I'm not sure, but it's confusing for everyone, not just for you. I would say understand the basics of XML and how that works. How do you define the XML layout? How do you set the properties? How do you call? How do you manipulate the view properties? Things like that. Understand that. You don't have to invest and practice XML, but have that understanding that will help you to integrate some view-based library into Compose at work. If at your current job, if your entire stack is Compose based, then it's not a problem for you right now. But parallelly look at how the things are working. I would say that's my suggestion. Maybe Shivam can help put more lights onto it, because he has extensive experience on working on both XML and Compose. I love Compose for a reason, only because of that multi-platform capability. So I have few tiny tools that I created with go to mountains. Yeah, I have few libraries, few tools that I built with Compose. This is Compose Web. I wouldn't have done this if Compose Web was not there, because I'm not good with the web stack. Now this is completely on top of Compose Web. If you go to the source code, there is my JS main. Yeah, if you go to this, most of the components are in the composable fashion, but it generally calls div label, stuff like that. This is called Compose Web, I guess. There is a Compose WebAssembly also, where you can directly use the same components like column, lazy column, text, and all sort of things that you use in Compose these days. Yeah, but yeah, things like these are possible with Compose, and it gives you a bit of superpower where you are able to develop for any platform with just one platform, one language. On the other hand, XML and won't give you that ability. Cool. Getting back to this, we still have errors, and this is one metadata error. Okay, expected version is 190. Let's search for 210, and the only 210 is with this library, and I don't suppose that is coming from there. But let's search for this error. I think this is a very common error that I see, or we all see during the migration. There is a new UI lib called Jewel by JetBrains. It's really good to make desktop apps. Jewel. Okay, let me look at that. Jewel JetBrains. I think I've heard about this. Okay, did you try this, Shiva? An implementation of IntelliJ look and feels of Compose for desktop. How does it look? I want to understand the look. Spring compact. Nice. The window declaration is the toughest part of Compose desktop. from my experience. I don't know if it improved recently, but when I was doing compose development for compose test development, it was just mesh by Chris is made using this. Okay. Is there a full documentation, like what are the components available? Question: Joel is moving to the IntelliJ platform or activity blah blah blah. Sure, is there a screenshot or a guide or something like that that shows more of the UI part of this? I don't want to look at code, but I want to look at the behavior. See the docs. Okay. Let me search for Joel here. Look up mesh. What do you mean by look up mesh? How's the development going these days? Chris Inco. Shyam, you are being very lazy now. You have to give me at least some link. If I search for, I will get a YouTube video. Is there a web page or something? By the way, Shiva, how's the weather in Bangalore? I heard it's too hot. Also, yes, I know Benchat. I remember someone had tweeted Google using Benchat on dev. Yeah. That was surprising to me as well. I thought it was just me. I mean, the user of that tool. But in fact, it improved a lot recently. I implemented this advertisement time. So I implemented this share option. You can click on this and it will give you a shareable link. This is also powered by the Retrosheet, so you can share this link with your colleagues or in your reports or PR, and you can share these reports. Okay, thank you so much, Durya, for that link. I know you took a lot of effort to paste that link, but thanks. Mesh gradient editor in Compose desktop. This I didn't know. This looks super. A simple tool to create and edit mesh gradients are drawn with wonderful implementation by Sina Samaki. I know Sina Samaki. It's like great guy playing with the Compose UI. Yeah, this is really nice, right? This readme is mostly generated with cursor. Oh, people are doing. Is there anyone tried cursor and Kotlin development or Compose development? Is there anything better about cursor? Yes, I forgive. This is nice, man. Thanks for sharing. I will need this at work. Nice. Cool. Let's get back to our business. Yeah, let's see what this is. I think I'll just paste the generic part of it, and that should give this. I haven't loaded, but tried Fire Bender. It's pretty cool, except the autocomplete. What is Firebender? These days there are too many AI editors. I've never heard about this. Most powerful AI in Android Studio. Became a 10x engineer with privacy first and Android centric coding. Okay. Okay.
Hey, this is Firebender.
It works most similar to our AI assistant in Studio. I think it just has the ability to switch the models maybe, right? Brilliant uses this. That's great. I think people put really good effort creating this thing. Nice. Nice. Cool. Shivam didn't try cursor with Kotlin, but I use Claude for compose all the time. It's 60% correct, mostly for cases when you're trying to do something not done before, but all basic steps works really good. Yeah, Claude is better in terms of a coding companion compared to other models, I would say. The 3.5 was better from my experience. 3.7 is a bit of little confusing. I don't know, that's what I felt. Maybe my queries are not good. It's a plugin they are giving Sonnet 3.7 for. Wow, that's why I'm using. No, they are using YC fund. Oh, that's interesting. Firebender. Fire bending. How come this is YC funded? What is so special about this? Founded 20. They are in the business from 2023. Only focused on Android Studio. Kevin Tan. Nice. Nice. Really nice, right? Like people put really good effort on building something. That makes me feel good. Okay, got to go. Time to lead code. Yeah, all the best. Sure. Bye bye. Okay, let's fix this thing. Okay, the following error occurs when I try to build the app. Same happening with me. Is it about updating questions? Okay, that's a guideline. For someone who is still looking for answers to this, here is the working solution for this problem. In your project level, open build, increase the Kotlin version from whatever current version that you have, like 150, to the latest stable version. Whatever is latest at the time. Whatever latest doesn't help. What I can do is I can understand it's a version mismatch between some library, and I think it's a Kotlin X serialization library. Okay, what we can do is we will go in here. We'll check what's the latest version of Kotlin X serialization. That's a first, and the latest version is 180. Now what we need to do is we need to roll back to the version that is supported for our Kotlin version, which is 1925. So let's see, 173 uses Kotlin 2020. Okay, or should I update my Kotlin version to 2020 or 2020? What is the Kotlin latest version? Kotlin latest. I think Google can forgive me typing with that typo thingies. Okay, what's the latest Kotlin version? The latest Kotlin version is 2110. How come? Does Hotstar ask code for Android roles? How much? If yes, little bit, but not much. Two 210. Let's 1925. Okay, let's replace this with 210 and see what all things can break. Okay, and 1920 is now not there. Let's see what all things that will break this. And this will take at least some time, I guess. Beradeep, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name the correct way. So what do you do at work? You're an Android dev, if you don't mind sharing. Okay, something is happening and yeah, and there is a failure and I assume I can fix that easily. Okay, what's next? There is another failure where I need to pass the JSON, but I think we fixed that metadata issue, which means we have to give an upvote to that Stack Overflow question. I think I closed that, but I have to go back to the person who answered this, to the person who answered this. Now we need to get a JSON instance in here. Wait a second, I don't have the AI auto completion, but I think this is coming from the IntelliJ itself, right? This is not from my Copilot, correct? Now what is this? Tab to complete. Choose key for completion tab. No. How do I disable that? Auto completion, check for completion, code completion, basic completion, type matching completion, inline completion, enable local full line completion, inline code completion settings page, Java, Kotlin, cloud completion suggests enable completion on typing. I don't want this, at least for now. Okay, let's speed up. Let's get the JSON in here and let's close this. Let's have a runnable version. I think I'll get a failure for one more failure in here, which I think is from here. And what I need to do is I need to I think this is where I need to pass a JSON instance. Okay, another one, one more, and this I think I will have to duplicate this part. Okay, new error. Serializer for class any not found. Please ensure that class is marked as serializable. Okay, and what we need to do here is Think let's search Google. Someone may have faced this already. Yep. Beradeep says, I'm a pre-final year at uni. At work, I am primarily working on accessibility of the app and building new onboarding, building an internal framework to spotlight components with tooltip audio prompts. That sounds great. So the spotlight and all those things, is it like compose based? Is the tooltips are server driven or it's more like client driven? You want to share more details or some details on that? Okay, serializable, this is the exception we are getting. Yeah, good to hear there, man. It's a really good area to work on. Compose based, cool. I am looking for a comment that has some kind of, there is no simple fix, we will have to write something like that. Right, we will have to write something like that. Everyone is accepting the solution. Please tell me how to use it. Define a serializable class above your program. Wrappers are one way to do it, but I am looking for something. Yeah, this is the most voted one, and I guess, what is it? Unfortunately, contextual serialization was never meant to work this way. It worked due to a mistake in implementation. Funny, right? That was fixed in 110 C1277 blah blah blah. Contextual serializers are being looked for in a serializer module for the target encoder decoder using statically known K class. Here statically known K class is any, so it's being looked see, that's clean, like it's very deterministic. If you need to determine serializer dynamic reply, as you use a polymorphic serialization. If you want only serialization because deserialization never worked in your example, even I can suggest a workaround serializer for any. Okay, now this serializer will be able to help us. Let's see how this is going to work. Now the question is, where am I getting this error from? This is from my Retrosheet indexer. This is getting from the library. So we have to be careful here because we can't mess up the library with hacks. I want this in here. Okay, util, I think I'll paste this in here. And encoder, serialization, decoders. So decoding is not supported. Okay. Any decoding is not supported. C. Okay. Now we'll convert this. What is my value? Opt-in. What is this? Required capture type of any, but found any. This is a key. Why is this? What is the value expected in there? Okay, I think this has to be any, and I think this shouldn't be. Yeah, that's an unchecked cast. Now how do I hook this serializer? How do I hook the serializer? JSON. Beradeep asks, how often do you stream? Not often. I don't have a specific schedule, but I'm planning to do increase the frequency, maybe, I don't know, but no guarantees. I did this stream because I was just casually spending weekend time maintaining the open source library, and then this exercise of migrating from a JVM to a KMP library is something that I felt is interesting, and it's a new thing to me. Also, it's going to be helpful for me later at some point to come back to the stream and revise what I did. So that's why I did this stream. But yeah, I'll see if I can get some more time to do a maybe consistent stream. That's where I want to go, but let's see. If time limits, I'll be doing. Cool. So we have to pass the JSON from here, and this is an internal constructor, and this is being passed from our builder. And what we need to do is we need to attach this serializer somehow. So is there a set JSON? Okay, let me do one thing. Okay. What if I just do something like a serializer on an object of my any, and then a property of any inside? No, because how do I tell it to? No, this won't work. That won't work. And this is the best solution right now in front of us. Now, how do I hook this serializer to my JSON instance is the next question I have. So let's look at this. Let's see serializer module. There is a serializer module, and what I can do is I can do this, and it's a builder action. And what do I have inside this? I have include, and I have contextual, and I have polymorphic. And let's say great, I gotta go, time for me as well. Thanks for joining, mate. We'll see you again later. Bye bye, take care. So this, I think we have to be polymorphic, maybe, I'm not sure. Let's see, how do we hook this in? How do we find this? We search in GitHub. Someone may have used this in some open source project, and there we could find the you see this, right? Dynamic lookup serializer for any. And let's look at what we have also. Experimental serialization API, I think this is it. Contextual, get contextual serializer, this is it. Now we'll go in this repo. We will search for the same. This is the easiest way to find a usage, in my opinion. You see this? This is how we do it. So I can do this, I guess. Hopefully. I'm not sure though, but yeah, let's see. If I do this, and wait a second, any can't be interesting. We'll see. This is it. This is how they are using it. But I think he has a different use case. He has any inside one model, which is fine. In our case, it's a bit different. Telegram bot. Okay. Some bot is using this. Let's look at that. Hold on a second. Okay, it's still there. From chat ID encode with from chat ID encode with encode to JSON. I think we can pass the serializer in there, and that's how you do it. So wherever I am doing any conversion, I think I have to pass this dynamic lookup serializer there, not something like this. Okay, this is where we are calling it. Where is that? Any. Yeah, this is where we are having trouble. CSV converter, yes. Function call site, yes. This is where we are having trouble. Now what we need to do is we have to pass the dynamic lookup serializer also, and I think this is a static thing, right? So we can have any serializer and dynamic lookup serializer. Okay, I think we'll do an opt-in for this. Not like that. Okay, like wait a second. We'll do an opt-in at this level and also at the this is easy because we are known about the risk, and this class is a private class. Oh well, let me do one more thing. Let me mark it as an internal one, and in here I am going to say any serializer, and here also because we are touching any, I think I'll need that, but yeah, this is fine. How about now? Another error. What is this? Serializer opt-in internal serialization API. Yeah, but aren't these same in experiment? Okay, experimental and internal, fine. I think no. Yeah. I think hash map also, I think we will need. Let's see. Let's search for this and see if there is anyone face this. Serializer for class not found. Please I need help with serializing a linked hash map. Yeah, this is our case, I guess. Okay, I think I'll continue the stream after the iftar. Now I have to take a break. We'll continue this, but if I get some time after iftar, I'll just stream, or whenever I do this, I'll stream. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.